This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good morning everyone. Thanks for joining. Just one little ha'ara, really very short little piece, just a couple of moments. The Gemara on Daf Nun Vav, Amud Aleph, brought a Machlokes Rav and Shmuel regarding the status of what Rashi calls Bia Grua. Now, from the headline of the Gemara, Echad Hama'ara ve'Echad Hagoymer Kana, and the Gemara says, what are you kind of for? Rav says you're kind of for everything, and Shmuel says you're only kind of to Yarshin the brother, and to exempt her from Yibam. And the Gemara brings two different Lashonos, according to the first Lashon. From Nesuin, if she fell from Nesuin, everybody would agree that she would be able to eat Teruma. And the Machlokes, because she ate Teruma originally, the Machlokes is if she falls from Eros, and meaning if she falls from Nesuin, since she was eating Teruma before, she would continue to eat Teruma l'kulayama. The Machlokes is from Erosin. On the other hand, the Gemara brings another lashon that min ha'erosin, everybody agrees she does not eat Teruma because she was not eating before. The argument on Nesuin. Okay, now from the headline of the Gemara is mashma that this Machlokes is referring to a case where you do a Bia Grua. What's a Bia Grua? Any kind of Bia Grua. Ha'ara, or Shoigeg. Let's see Rashi. Rashi says, Kana l'chol, be'achas min abiyas ha'gruas halalu, kana la l'chol davar. Any of these bios gruas, you're kind of for everything. V'aychelas betruma miyadim koyinhu. Now, to me, that implies any of the bios gruas. What are any of the bios gruas? B'shoigeg, ba'oines, or if you do hara. In other words, and Shmuel would say you're not koina. However, so from that Rashi, I would assume kana l'kol refers to any of the bios gruos. The next Rashi says that in the sheet of Shmuel, the Parshas Yevamim shekasa ba mikrazeh Yevama yava yaleha, the darshin le bein b'shoigeg, bein b'mezid, bein ba'oines, bein b'ratzayin. Rashi does not say bein b'hara, bein b'gmar bia. Isn't that interesting? Perhaps that's because, since hara, how do I know hara by yibum? The Gemara learned it out on Daf Nun Hey Amud Beis. The Gemara learned it out. Ela yivam eliyavam min alan. Asya bia bia. We learn out bia bia l'chayra from Chayvei Lavin. So I have a gzera shava that hara is a bia gemura. Maybe the reason why this Rashi in Shmuel, who says you're only koina legabi the things mentioned in the Parsha, maybe the reason why Rashi only talks about shoigeg and oines, but not hara, is because Rashi is of the opinion that when it comes to hara, even Shmuel would agree that it's like a bia gemura and you're koina for everything. So that's what I would say Rashi's mashma. And in fact, what we just suggested, now, it's interesting, in the earlier Rashi, when Rashi is expressing the opinion of Rav, Rashi says, kana l'chol, you're kind for everything, be'achas min ha'bios ha'gruos halalu, any of the bios gruos. But that's not contrary to what we said, because in Rav's opinion, you're kana legamri, in any of the cases. Certainly in hara, but even in the case of shoigeg and oines. But in Shmuel, who says you're not koina legamri, Shmuel, Rashi's mashma only says it by shoigeg or by oines, but not by hara. And in fact, if you look in Tosfos Divrei Hamaschal Lidvarim, Tosfos says, do you have in your Tosfos, if you have an Oiz V'Hadar Gemara, there should be a dot 2/3 of the way down into the Tosfos. But the first word on the line is dialfinon, and the fourth word on the line is v'loi pligi ela bebias shoigeg ukiyatzaba. The Machlokes Rav and Shmuel is only by bias shoigeg. Avo b'ha'ara. When it comes to hara, dekanya nami ba'alma that you're kaina in the Welt Arayin, meaning you're always kaina with hara, meaning by marriage you're kaina b'hara. Ubiya hi l'chol davar, as opposed to bias shoigeg or bias oines, where it's not a kinyan. Loi pligiba, it's not a machlokes. Everybody agrees hara, then she would be oichel b'truma. So Tosfos is saying a chidush that we were medayik in Rashi. Namely, the whole machlokes of this sugya is bias shoigeg and bias oines, but it does not apply to ha'ara. Okay. Says Tosfos, so then if it's not going on ha'ara, umasha kov machlekusan kana masnisin, ve'echad agam ve'echad hama'ara, that which is koveya, that which Shas is koveya, the machlokes Rav and Shmuel on our Mishnah, which says echad hagoymer ve'echad hama'ara, I would explain what Tosfos means is the fact that the Gemara is koveya the machlokes on the headline of the Mishnah echad hama'ara ve'echad hagoymer, it should really be going on the headline of the Mishnah echad shoigeg ve'echad mezid echad oinus echad ratzon lav mishum de Allah pligi, not because they argue about it, ela mishum de mesayim ba kana, because it says the word kana. Because if you look back earlier in the Mishnah says bein ba'oinus, bein b'ratzon, bein b'shoigeg, bein b'mezid, but it doesn't say anything about kana. So the Gemara waited until the Mishnah says the word kana to comment on what is the meaning of kana. Not because they argue by hara, but it's going elamishim de mesayim ba kana de kainami abias shogeg kein nira lari. That is how the Ri explains the Sugya, that by hara there is no machlokes whatsoever. Everybody agrees it's a bia gemura. The machlokes is by shogeg and oines. However, Tosfos says, ubi Yerushalmi, if you look in the Yerushalmi, ika plugtayu, there's a machlokes, v'ika demuki plugtayu b'ha'ara. There are those who say Rav and Shmuel argue not only by oines and shogeg, but by ha'ara as well. So Tosfos says, I would learn the Bavli, they don't argue about hara, but if you look in the Yerushalmi, they do argue about hara as well. Okay, that's the Tosfos. Comes the Keren Oira, and the Keren Oira just explains very simply what is this machlokes Bavli and Yerushalmi. The Gemara says, Rav Amar kana l'chal, u'Shmuel Amar loy kana, ela l'dvarim ha'amurim beParsha. Upiresh Rashi v'Tosfos. Now the Keren Oira takes for granted the diuk we made in Rashi, that Rashi would agree that they only argue about shogeg. The berbia shogeg pligi, the mashma kula shmaitin, ava b'harav loy pligi, ulukuleyama loy kana. Ubi Yerushalmi mashma, the pligi nami b'hara, the Yerushalmi's mashma, they argue about hara as well. Ukamai shehiviu harishonim zal. The Rishonim all bring the Yerushalmi that the machlokes is about hara as well. Says the Keren Oira, the machlokes Bavli and the Yerushalmi is a machlokes l'shitasam. Says the Keren Oira, v'nira de l'shitasayu azli. The Bavli and Yerushalmi go according to their respective shitas. L'shitas Talmudin, according to Shitas Talmud Bavli. How do I know ha'ara? Nafgale me kicha oy bebia bia. I make a gzera shava kicha or bia. Hara by marriage, I learn out kicha. It says by chayve krisos ish asher yikach es achoisai, and it says by chayve lavin lo yikachu, and it says by marriage ki yikach ish isha, and it says by yibum bia. By chayve lavin it says lo yavai mamzer, and it says by yibum yivama yavai alaha. So basically I have a gzera shava, so therefore according to the Bavli, it's a full-fledged kinyan that's learned out of Gzera Shava. Bavadei kinyan gamarhu, k'gmar bia, d'minal elachalik, it's for sure a full kinyan, like the Gmar bia, because why would I differentiate? Aval Yerushalmi kvar kasavti le'el demarbi lekulei lebia shoygeg l'ara mechad kra. The Yerushalmi learns out from the same pasuk, shoygeg and hara. Kedamrin on Hasan Yerushalmi says Yevama Yavay Alea Zu Midas Ulekach Leisha Fil Shaloi Midas V'chein Yevama Yavay Alea Zu Bia Gemura Ulekach Leisha Fil Bia Sheina Gemura. So Shoigeg and Ha'ara are all learned out from the same pasuk. So Kulu Damin Ladadi. According to Manda Amar, that you're not koina only those things that are stated in the Parsha. Gam hara b'chlal. Hara would be included in that umbrella category. And that's all I got for you today. Okay, so that's the Machlokes Bavli and Yerushalmi. Tosfos learns, and the Rishonim learn our Sugya, that the Machlokes is only by Bia Shogeg. I will say that when I learned the Gemara, I thought it was talking about Hara, because Rashi begins the Sugya saying that it's talking about any of the Bias Gruos, and I didn't realize the second Rashi was he conspicuously omits Hara. He only talks about Shogeg and Oines, but Tosfos says explicitly, according to the Bavli, there's no Machlokes about Hara, and the Rishonim bring down the Yerushalmi learns the Machlokes bad Hara, and the Karanora says it's the Bavli and Yerushalmi l'shitase. Rabbi Isai, have a great day. Kol tov. Be well.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.